Fries was a character originated in Battlefordreamislandagain, the second season of BFDI. And before this season went on a hiatus, Fries was a very big character on the show, being a pretty big name on his team and also having good connections with characters like Puffball and also being a good comedic relief character. However, coming close to being eliminated in the second episode, it didn't really stop him from becoming a really big character within the show. And I feel like out of all these new characters that were in the second season that came, like that were new, like him and Gelatin, I feel like they had a lot of potential, but then the season just ended and then BFDI went on a huge hiatus. However, then BFDI came back with its fourth season, BFB. And a lot of these second season characters that were big in BFDI stayed relevant, and you got even bigger personalities in BFB like Gelatin, Ruby, and Book. However, I can't say the same with Fries. Fries got a decent bit of screen time, but it wasn't a lot, and I don't really blame this on the creators or the writers because there were a lot of characters this season, and it's hard to distribute screen time, and I feel like they did the best of their abilities in the pre-split with distributing screen time, but it was kind of sad because we didn't really get to see Fries' full potential until the show went into a split, where 40 or so of the characters went to Teapot, and the rest stayed in BFB, and then this is where we thought we could see Fries shine, but then they just didn't really let him shine. He was never really a huge factor in any of the Teapot episodes or challenges. He more felt like the sidekick to Puffball, and this inevitably ended up to his early elimination in the Power of Two. However, BFDIA comes back after a 10-year hiatus, and now Fries is probably the most popular he's ever been as a character, and is now in the final 7, and honestly has a decent shot of winning BFDIA. And the writers of BFDIA completely saved Fries' character. Fries was basically a completely forgotten character until the BFDIA comeback came. Yes, Fries, people wanted him to rejoin. Like, there was like a pretty vocal group, but it wasn't the biggest. And I doubt he would have rejoined in the Power of Two over characters like Puffball or Remote. And now Fries is easily one of the most unique BFDIA characters and BFDI characters as a whole, because I feel like he's proven as a character that you can be a kind of rude character and still get past viewer voting, even if it's not vote to save. Because the vote to save first originally came in BFB post-split, and it felt like that was to save characters like Lollipop and Leafy. He's rude to characters, but it's in such a funny way. He's become easily a fan favorite of the show and has a guaranteed spot in the final 6. He's also chosen to be on his own team, which we've never really seen from a BFDI character before, and it was a cool thing for Fries to do. I feel like it made the character a lot more interesting, and it shows how much drive he has in the challenges now. Not saying he didn't have drive before, but it's definitely proven now with him being on a separate team. But I'm also really liking something that they're bringing to Fries' character, which are his comedic values. I feel like Fries is definitely becoming more of a goofy and funny character, and it just adds more elements to his character. And I really like they're adding layers to Fries as a character, because he was a character that did need development, and I feel like BFDIA has definitely brought a lot to him. I feel like Fries' character has a lot more layers now. It feels like Fries is the perfect rude character. If I could compare him to any other character in a show, ironically it would probably be Noah from Total Drama Island. I feel like they both just have very similar mindsets and very similar like comedic value, and like, I don't know, I feel like their characters are just very similar. We're also seeing the perception about the fans of Fries changing, when before he was up for elimination in the bottom 2 multiple times, with now in this last elimination being the first one saving and getting the most likes, which was crazy for Fries, because back in the day this would have never have happened. But I feel like that's just because people are starting to understand the Fries character more now, and also with less characters on the screen, it's more time to develop Fries. A part of me also makes me think that they're trying to do this to push Fries' winning narrative more. I feel like they definitely want a non-season 1 veteran to win, because Flower and Fiery have both won seasons, and I feel like they want to switch it up a bit, and I feel like if any character is going to get that win, it's going to be Fries, because I don't think they want Book to win, and it's pretty obvious Nicola's not going to win this season. I feel like they might be taking a Flower route somehow. I feel like in the final couple episodes they might try to make Fries more of a redeemable character, maybe save the show, I mean not save the show like how Flower did, but something in that sort of nature to give Fries a heroic role, so he's not just some rude funny character, and so people might want to vote for him over characters like Coiny and Pin, which might end up being the case. I originally said in an older video I thought Coiny was going to win. I thought the writers wanted Coiny to win, but the more and more I think about it and the more I watch BFDIA, I feel like they're really pushing for a Fries win. Because I haven't really seen the fans' perception switch of a character as much as it has for Fries, besides maybe like Fanny. And again, both are two completely different voting systems. Even when in earlier BFDI Season 1, we never saw a character drastically change from being in the bottom 2 a bunch to being the first one saved and the most liked.